Welcome back to Frontline Insights. I'm Bill Brandt, and we're here live, Day 2, IT Nation 2011 in Orlando, Florida. And I am here with Amy Luby, who is the VP and General Manager for the Software as a Service group at Bradford Networks. Welcome to the show, Amy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
Absolutely. So, we've known each other for a number of years now, and you've always been making an impact on the industry, but glad to see you joined Bradford recently.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, I think 2 months.
2 months now? So,
barely 2 months.
Well, 2 months into it, and you guys are already making a big splash. You're here making a big presence at IT Nation. What brings you guys out to this venue?
Well, we're launching our Bradford Cloud. That's what we're here to do. So engaging the resellers and feel it out, see how things are going to pan out.
So the Bradford Cloud, obviously the cloud's a big topic these days. Everybody's talking about it. How is Bradford approaching it? How are your solutions tying into that? And maybe you can talk to what's going on in the industry at a big picture level that connects the dots for everybody about where Bradford fits into that.
Sure. So what we do, we're a network access control platform. Okay, so that's our category. Why it's important now is the whole phenomenon of bring your own device, the BYOD. Everybody's trying to bring their own personal devices onto the corporate network. So Bradford's been around for almost 12 years, and that's what we've been doing since our inception, is helping IT provision assets onto the network in a safe and secure way. So how that relates to SMB, because that's kind of where we're going with it now.
That's the focus market.
NAC, Network Access Control, has traditionally been an on-premise solution, an appliance, either physical or virtual on-site. Bradford, since our inception, has been a cloud-based solution. We can deliver the whole solution from our cloud, or we have resellers who host it in their data centers without requiring any hardware, software, virtual or physical appliances on the customer's network. So we're seeing a lot of CSOs, IT departments in the mid-market that are and the upper S of the SMB channel asking, how do I do this?
Right.
And since network access control has typically been in the enterprise, there haven't been good tools down in the mid-market, the SMB space, to manage that. So Bradford's here to do that.
Outstanding.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. I mean, when you look at those couple of big trends, guilty as charged, bring your own device, right? The proliferation of mobility devices onto the networks, and the challenge for IT organizations to manage that complexity, and solution partners to be able to help the IT departments manage that complexity and secure it is just seems like a huge opportunity.
It is. I mean, almost everybody needs to adhere to some compliance regulation of some sort, and so how do we do that? Things have changed so much. It used to be if you had an enterprise network, you could say, okay, here's your corporate owned laptop. That's the only thing that can get on this network, and you can't do it anymore. There's too much, too many personal devices. But you can provision them safely and automatically with a platform like ours.
So some new technologies entering into, kind of coming downstream, if you will, into that SMB market space. Where do the channel partners fit into that? I know they're important to your go-to-market strategy. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more.
Well, a lot of our resellers, they deal in education, healthcare, finance, retail, those types of environments. And they haven't been able to deploy a good, affordable solution like ours into their customer sites, not unless they've been dealing with Fortune 500. So it's really opening up new markets for our resellers.
And specifically, though, you primarily go to market through the resellers, right? I mean, that's
absolutely
exclusively.
Yeah.
So what does that program look like for the partners?
We have our traditional. We still do the on-prem solution, so we have a traditional partner program in that regard. And then now with our Bradford Cloud, we have a couple different. We kind of break it out a little bit. We have our MSP program for the traditional MSP who's dealing with some of these things, and then we have a reseller program which kind of fits the mid-market bar, who is looking to expand their opportunities there, but doesn't fit the MSP category, if you will. And then we have hosting providers, hosting partners, that will take our platform into their data center and deliver it to that customer. So it kind of breaks up in those 3 areas.
So that's good. So you're kind of tailoring your program based a little bit on the profile of the different types of partners and what their business model is.
Exactly. Because we have resellers, that are national or multi-regional that, they've built out their data centers already, and they need this type of solution, so we just put it in there. But then we have other resellers, that they're not building out data centers. It doesn't make sense for them right now, and they're leveraging their vendors' data centers. So that's where the Bradford Cloud comes in, and they can deliver this service, but leverage our back end.
So now, based on the different profiles, the different partners, is there different opportunities for each of them? Is there different target markets, different services and solutions they can sell, or where are the opportunities for the partners to go out with Bradford Networks and their service capabilities to go make money?
Well, what we're seeing, our MSPs are kind of, it's kind of a horizontal, if you will, opportunity where they're going into general business, service companies, those types of things, professional firms, accounting firms, those types of places. But also where there's a lot of traction is healthcare. That's a big deal. We've got, you've got guests coming in, you have patients coming in, everybody's got devices that need some kind of access. You've got physicians who are bringing iPads in that, they want to access the medical records with their personal iPad. How do we manage all that? Not to mention the operational technology that's inside of a healthcare setting, portable ultrasound machines and things like that. So we see all that, and we help them provision those things and keep them safe on the network. So healthcare is real hot for our resellers. EDU, education, is a big deal. And actually that's where we cut our teeth. When we first started, almost 12 years ago, we were very focused on education, which has always been somewhat of a chaotic environment because you've got students coming in and you've got to control those things that are going on there.
Major BYOD there.
It is, and frankly, the market has come around for network access control in the sense that, now BYOD is everywhere, not just in EDU. So, and then retail with PCI compliance is a great place to be, and finance as well. So those are some of the verticals that are.
No, that's great. So a lot of good target markets. Partners are oftentimes focused in some of those already. Some of them kind of dabble a little bit in each one, but that probably ties into enablement a little bit. So, new technologies, hot technologies, good market opportunities for partners. What is Bradford doing in terms of enabling the partners to be able to sell this type of capability into their client base or go after new clients?
Well, we do everything from, first of all, obviously there's a training program, for them to get on the technical side. We also have a sales training program, okay, so that they learn how to talk about network security as a service, talk about the solutions and how to position them, etc. So we kind of have 2 tracks, if you will, on the back end. But, we're there, we do this all the time. We'll go into to those settings, into a sales situation with our reseller representing them. Technical demos, all that type of thing. So we're there on the back end to support them in that way too.
Okay, good. Well, you're probably, since it's a relatively new launch, you're probably also looking for new partners, I suspect.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to recruit and bring new partners on board. What do you think, what would some of the characteristics of partners, our audience who may be listening, what are some of the characteristics of what a good partner might look like? And even, what are some of the characteristics of where you think partners should be going in terms of their capabilities, either from a sales, marketing, operations perspective?
Sure. Well, for a number of years, I've always been saying, one of the very important things is to be able to get yourself into some sort of specialty area, whether that's security, whether that's healthcare, whatever it is, but it helps set you apart a little bit. So I think that's very important, and we're starting to see a trend in that as well, especially, actually with both buckets, if you will, MSPs, your general MSP, but also your mid-market VARs, where they're picking, 3, 4, maybe 5 different areas to focus on and just going real deep into those areas. So, seeing a lot of successful resellers doing that. Of course, obviously, we're looking for resellers that are in those specialty areas as well, because it makes a lot of sense to be able to bring this type of solution into the mid-market there. So.
How about security practices? Do they need to have a security practice in place? Do they need to have, obviously, some of the capabilities around networking infrastructure? What are some of the characteristics there?
Well, to be honest with you, outside of being a hosting partner of ours, you know, you don't have to have that security piece in place. As far as being able to deliver our solution, again, you don't have to have any special hardware or special software or anything at the customer site. You do need a business class firewall, okay, because we need to connect via VPN into that network. But outside of that, you know, that's pretty simple networking type of acumen, you know, required. So, and on the security side, as far as if they don't have a security practice, you know, that's part of what we're helping them do, especially with the sales training, helping them understand how to talk about that and basically add that to their portfolio of services.
Well, to that point, sounds like you know, Bradford's you know, starting to merge into a new hot area, and sounds like the barrier to entry in working with Bradford's pretty low, and the opportunity could be pretty high. So sounds like a great spot for our viewers to participate. If you haven't already, check out Bradford Networks. Any parting thoughts on that note that you want to leave our audience with in terms of how to get in touch with you guys, or?
Well, they can go to bradfordnetworks.com. You know, that's probably the easiest thing to do. Learn about the platform and the opportunities there. But, you know, I guess I want to say something nice about IT Nation. You know, if anybody's not come out to IT Nation before, this is a great place to learn. It really is. There's a lot of good content here, a lot of good resellers, a lot of good networking going on. So it's a great show.
It's been a great event and great interview. Thank you for taking the time, Amy. Look forward to great things coming out of you. I know you'll have a big impact on Bradford.
I appreciate it. Thank you.